What's up, guys? Coming to you today with a full slate of NBA and MLB action here on Monday, April 20th. I'll give you my favorite picks on the side and over-under on each game. We are going to break down the entire MLB slate and all three NBA playoff games. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock. So as a thank you to me, take that 10th of a second and slam that like button. It really helps get these videos promoted out there on YouTube. It's a big part of keeping me motivated to make these videos every single solitary day. Also, check below and see if you're subscribed to the channel. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. The goal is to make that happen this year. We can see that around 44% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so let's see if we can improve that number a little bit. And also, if you have any friends, colleagues, coworkers, anything like that, anyone that might be interested in sports or sports betting, definitely let them know about this channel. Also, get down there in the comments, ask me any questions you want to across any sport, across the sporting world. I'm more than happy to get back to you. I can also reach out to the premium handicappers over there at stumpthespread.com and see what they have to say if you have a question about something like UFC or NHL, sports that I know nothing about. Also, guys, definitely check the pinned comment throughout the day. That is the top comment below the video. That's where you'll find my favorite picks from every single video. You'll also find a link to stumpthespread.com so you can check out all the great stuff they offer over there. Free picks every single day under the free picks tab. Also, that free email newsletter, and you definitely got to check out those premium picks over there. With MLB season going on, it's a great time to get in the mix. In terms of results from Sunday, guys, it was a little bit annoying out there, not gonna lie. We did get off to a good start with the Yankees at -145. It was a dominant 7-0 win there for New York behind a very good start there from Ryan Weathers. He actually didn't give up a run and struck out 8 over his 7 1/3 innings, so very, very good work there. Unfortunately, the Giants laid an absolute egg for us in this one. It wasn't a dominant start there from Robbie Ray, but he wasn't terrible. The offense couldn't get on the board despite putting up 8 hits. And when Miles Michaelis throws 4 shutout innings against you guys, it's time to pack it in. That was pretty embarrassing there from the Giants offense. In terms of some basketball plays, we did catch the over there in that 76ers-Celtics game with a total of 214 points scored, so we just barely made it. As close a win as you can get, but we will definitely take it. The 76ers only managing 91 points and shooting 17% from 3. Definitely makes me feel like this should have been an easy cash instead of a cash by the skin of our teeth. We still have the Spurs live at -10.5. They're up by 7 in about halfway through the second quarter there against the Portland Trail Blazers, so we'll see how that one works out. Unfortunately for us, the Pistons played one of the saddest basketball games I've witnessed from them this season. Jalen Duren was barely involved in the game at all. That's part of the reason he was definitely never able to cash that over on assists, and the Pistons managed to lose this game straight up by 11. Not a good look for them. The number 1 seed in the East is looking extremely beatable here from the get-go. So we'll see how things finish up, hoping for the 3-3 day. Let's see if we can find something better out here on Monday. We got lots of games to cover, so let's go ahead and get after it. Make sure you slam that thumbs up button. Make sure you get over there to stumpthespread.com. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And now, guys, let's get in the mix. We got 3 big NBA playoff games to look at. And first up, we got game 2 between the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Toronto did not have a great time or a very good showing there against the Cavaliers in game 1. That being said, there are some positives. They obviously didn't have Emmanuel Quickly. We'll be checking on his injury status here in just a second. Not having your starting point guard is a pretty big deal. Sheed played okay in his absence. He went 5 of 6 from 3, 17 points in his 28 minutes, was still a -6. Jakob Poeltl was actually a net neutral out there, not plus or minus anything, but really do not feel like he was up to the caliber of play that we were seeing out there in that game. But they have to have somebody to match the size that Cleveland's putting on the floor, so fair enough. Scotty Barnes finished the day 3 of 4 from 3, 6 of 14 from the field with 21 points. Despite all that, he looked wildly incompetent out there to me. Had 5 turnovers. We saw Toronto turn the ball over 17 times. I was just very unhappy with pretty much everything I saw from Toronto except for their shooting. Their shooting from 3 was much better than you'd expect, 48% from long range. Their free throw shooting, though, terrible. They're rebounding really bad, getting crushed down on the boards by Cleveland. So we'll see if they can come with anything better in this one. We did like what Colin Murray-Boyles did off the bench. He had 14 points, extremely efficient shooting numbers in his 20 minutes. He should be in for a bit of a minutes bump in this game too. I would certainly hope that that will be the case. The Raptors in general really need to get Quickly back. We'll see if that's a possibility, but it's honestly not looking great. That hamstring issue has him questionable for this game, and I think it's more likely than not that we see Quickly come back at some point when this series is in Toronto, as opposed to some point when this series is in Cleveland. So that's still up in the air. It's not impossible he plays in this game, but it feels a bit unlikely, and without him out there, I don't know. I felt like they lacked a little bit of creation. I didn't love what I saw out there from Brandon Brandon Ingram necessarily. He played 36 minutes. He kind of just faded into the background eventually. And I mean, RJ Barrett and Scotty Barnes end up putting up numbers that look okay by the end of the game, but their plus minus was terrible. And the defense that Toronto played in this game was pretty much non-existent. So we'll see if they can bounce back in game 2 against the Cavaliers. We have to be feeling very good about how game 1 went. Cleveland, everything really went pretty much exactly how they would want. Harden did not have his typical playoff fall off yet. I think we will still see that at some point. He had 22 points and 10 assists. Pretty good work from him. Donovan Mitchell had 32 points. He was making everything. Cleveland in general was making everything. They shot 50% from long range in this game. Had a nice little edge on the board. Shot 54% from the field overall. Strus had 24 points on insane shooting splits there coming off the bench. Other than that, the bench did not look too great. So that is a little bit of a concern there for Cleveland. But, I mean, when you've got Mitchell and Harden playing like that, Mobley and Jarrett Allen were both putting up very good numbers, and they were dominating the glass. There was a lot there to like for Cleveland. In terms of an injury report for the Cavaliers, they have no one to really be worried about at all for this game, so that's all to the good for them. They are 8.5-point favorites once again here in Game 2. That's the same spread we had in Game 1. We got a total of 223.5. Now, in Game 1 of this series, we saw a crazy total with some crazy shooting numbers. I mean, we saw 239 points scored in one game between these two teams is a bit nuts. I still think over 223.5 is the way we're gonna go in this game, despite some trends pointing in the opposite direction. Toronto, they're a 500 against spread team on the road. They're 27-15 to the under on the road. Cleveland, 17-25 against spread at home, 24-18 to the under at home. But I still think over is the way we're gonna lean. Not in love with that play necessarily. In terms of a side, do we think the Raptors have what it takes to make this a close one? I actually do not. I think this is going to be a problem for them. I don't think we'll see a close game in this series until the series shifts back to Toronto. I'll be targeting Game 3, potentially even Game 4. I was really underwhelmed with what we saw from Toronto in that game. They also shot the ball way better than I normally expect, so I will be taking the Cavaliers here at -8.5 in Game 2. A player prop that I think is reasonable for this one, I'll take James Harden under 12.5 boards plus assists. He had a total of 10 assists and 2 boards in Game 1. I don't think we're going to see him play quite as well here in Game 2. We'll see. It's not impossible that he does something similar, but I also just don't think we're going to see Cleveland shoot the lights out quite as bad as they did in Game 1. So I'll take a little bit of an under here on Harden, someone I do expect to at some point struggle mightily in this series. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Game 2 between the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. Now, the Hawks came out on the short end there in Game 1, losing 113-102. Not exactly their dream performance in that game. They shoot 38% from 3, which isn't terrible. They do not shoot the ball particularly well from the free throw line. They get out rebounded by a bit, and maybe the biggest, I don't know, I guess he didn't completely disappear, but Jalen Johnson not quite as assertive as I would like to see him on offense. Nickeil Alexander-Walker just had a really bad night shooting the ball. That's going to happen sometimes. The bench would have combined 0 of 5 from 3. That is not great. I don't know. The bench looked terrible. Not going to sugarcoat it. The bench looked terrible. Dyson Daniels wasn't making any shots. He did play good defense, as you expect him always to do. Okongwu had a good game. We liked what we saw from CJ McCollum, but him being their primary go-to offensive option doesn't really make me feel great. So we'll see. We'll see if the Hawks can pick it up here a little bit. Struggling to shoot the ball from the free throw line, that is, you just can't have that in the playoffs, guys. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You're going to have a really hard time. Looking at the injury report for this game, it is concerning Okongwu is on there. He is questionable for this one due to right knee inflammation. This is the playoffs. I do kind of expect him to play through it, but obviously this is a young guy. They're not going to want to really risk anything significant. And if Okongwu is out, that's probably going to mean more potentially Richeche minutes or something like that. And that is just straight up not good news for this team. So if Okongwu happens to be out, that changes things significantly. But the spread in this game has not changed significantly. So I assume the clear assumption from the odds makers is that he will play in this game. The Knicks, they've got to feel pretty good about how Game 1 went. We saw Jalen Brunson go nuts. He had 28 points, 9 of 22 from the field, so not great shooting from the field in general. Cat actually scored 10 of his 25 points from the free throw line, but he had a good day shooting the ball, at least in the back half of things. Anunoby played well. Hart had a very good, very productive game, 11 points, 14 boards, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. The bench was actually huge there for the Knicks. Definitely big positives there. Miles McBride had 6, Jordan Clarkson had 8, Mitchell Robinson had 3 points and 4 rebounds in only 15 minutes. It seems like they're not really trying to waste him out there early. So really got to love that if you are a New York Knicks fan. Despite all that, some very good shooting numbers, shooting 48% from 3 and 83% from the free throw line. and having an edge there on the boards, they win this game by 11 points. So well played there by the Knicks. We saw a total of 215 points scored in game 1. We'll see what happens in game 2. The Knicks injury report is not super concerning, except for Anunoby is on there. A guy who's been injured in the playoffs before. He is probable for this one due to an ankle injury. I do fully expect him to play in this one. Like we already hinted at earlier, guys, the same spread for this game as well. The Knicks are 5.5 point favorites at home. We got a total of 216.5. Atlanta is 23-19 against spread on the road, 24-18 to the over on the road. The Knicks are 28-13 against spread at home, 22-19 to the under at home. I don't hate the idea of under 216.5 in this game just based on what we saw in game 1. It feels like this isn't going to be that crazy high scoring of a series. Both teams shot the ball okay in game 1, and we still ended up with an under, so I think an under might not be a terrible idea in this game. In terms of a side, I think we could run it back here on the Atlanta Hawks getting 5.5 points. I do think they have what it takes to make this a very, very close game. They need to, get Jalen Johnson a little bit more engaged there offensively. We need to see more from their bench. We need to see more offense from Dyson Daniels. But I do think they can play better, and especially Nickeil Alexander-Walker can play significantly better in this series. And I think we could see that happen here in game 2. In terms of a player prop that I like for this game, I'll take Jalen Johnson under 32.5 points plus boards at minus 117. He's been under this number in 5 straight games. It looks like the offense is going to be more based around Nickeil Alexander-Walker and CJ McCollum, and that's just going to lean to Jalen Johnson not having quite as much production overall. So I don't mind a little look at his under on points and boards. In our last NBA game, before we hop over and cover the full MLB slate here on Monday, we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves heading to Denver to take on the Nuggets in game 2. The Timberwolves took the 116-105 loss there in Denver in game 1. Pretty disappointing result for them overall, considering the start they got off to in that game. Pretty crazy stuff. They were only up by 10 there at the end of the first quarter, but they had opened up an even bigger lead early on and just couldn't hang on to it. Anthony Edwards didn't look the sharpest out there, if I'm being honest. 2 of 9 from 3, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He did have 9 rebounds and 7 assists, so not a terrible night out there, but he was still a -3. We didn't love what we saw from Julius Randle. They were completely able to the Nuggets were able to just abandon him out behind the 3-point line, and he ended up going 0 of 3 from long range. Gave up, stopped shooting threes completely. That's not a good look. Jaden McDaniels had a pretty bad night there offensively. He also had a little bit of foul trouble in this game, but really the problem was he went 0 of 4 from 3, 16 points, 6 of 14 from the field. Just not an amazing game. He was actually a -17 out there. The bench continues to look very, very slim there for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid actually had a really bad game, only 5 points in his 17 minutes. Dosunmu played well. He had 14 points, but played 28 minutes, and his defense out there is really not amazing. So it's a real, double-edged sword. If you're going to have him out there, your offense is going to be better, but your defense will not be quite as good. They ended up having a slight deficit there on the boards, and they lost this game by 11 points, despite Denver only shooting 28% from 3. Definitely a number we could see the Nuggets look, do a lot better than. So we'll see. We'll see what they're able to put together in this one. Obviously, the Timberwolves, wanting to put some pressure here. Anthony Edwards is on the injury report. He's dealing with that knee issue. He's questionable for this game. I fully expect to see him locked and loaded for this one. Once again, we actually have a very similar spread to what we had in game 1. The Nuggets, they come into this game fresh off a win, and they have to feel good about it because they did not play their best in that game and still managed to come out with a win. Jokic started off very slow, ended up with 25, 13, and 11. He also had 5 turnovers in this game, but not as sharp as performance, not terrible. Jamal Murray was actually god-awful in this one. He was 0 of 8 from 3, did make all 16 of his free throws, which was pretty bonkers. I do feel like he got to the free throw line kind of an insane amount. Denver shot 33 free throws, and Minnesota shot 19. So we'll see. We'll be keeping an eye on that throughout the series. The bench was not great for Denver in terms of raw scoring numbers, but they were all positive in terms of plus minus. Tim Hardaway Jr. was fine. Spencer Jones knocked down a big 3. Bruce Brown actually gave him some big minutes off the bench. It was really big to see Cameron Johnson putting the ball on the deck, getting to the basket, making some threes as well. He can do a little bit better. Aaron Gordon was only 1 of 5 from 3, so not the best night from him either. A lot of guys underachieving for this Denver Nuggets team in a game they would eventually end up winning rather handily. So that's a big point in the favor of the Denver Nuggets. They've got to feel a large degree of confidence after game 1. They're pretty much fully healthy for this game. Peyton Watson is on the injury report, still dealing with that hamstring issue. He will not play in game 2, but we didn't really expect him to come back. I don't really expect him maybe not even to come back in this series at all. Looking at the numbers here, the Nuggets are 6.5 point favorites. We've got a total of 231.5. The Timberwolves are 18-24 against the spread on the road, 23-19 to the over on the road. Denver 21-21 against spread at home, 23-19 to the over at home, with a total of 221 scored in game 1. For this to get over 231.5, it feels like a big ask for me, so I will just shade it a tiny bit towards the under. In terms of a side, though, I think Denver can play an awful lot better, and I'm not sure how much better we're going to see the Timberwolves play. Give me the Nuggets in this one at -6.5. I think they're by far the better team. They're going to get the better of this matchup an awful lot, and while I don't expect them to score 30 points from the free throw line in Game 2, I still think they're going to win this one by closer to 10 than anything else. I also think Cameron Johnson over 11.5 points is a very solid prop in this game. He's been over this number 5 straight. I don't, it didn't shoot the ball amazing there in Game 1. Still had 12 points on 12 shots. If he's going to take 12 shots, he's going to get over that number easily. I expect better shooting from him here in Game 2. I think we can see him get to 15 points easily in this game. Hey guys, before we hop in and cover the full MLB slate here on a pretty busy Monday for Major League Baseball, we got to shout out the sponsor today in every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. You can click the link in the description or in the pinned comment to get over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, guys, our premium members are getting daily MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC picks. And keep in mind, those premium picks are often not going to match what you see from me here in the videos, as I'm not the premium MLB, NHL, UFC handicapper over there at StumpTheSpread.com. We have a team of experts making all of those premium picks, taking a crazy amount of data points into consideration on every single solitary one of them. So definitely get over there and get in the mix at StumpTheSpread.com. It's a great time to be a premium member. Lots of great stuff going on over there. Lots of, just a ton of work goes into those picks every single day. It's early on in the MLB season, but the run is coming. Also, if you're not looking to spend any money over there at StumpTheSpread.com, that's no problem. There are great free resources for you over there every single solitary day. There are free picks under the free picks tab. You definitely want to get over there and check out those. There's also our free email newsletter, and that is just an incredible resource. There's great information on there. The golf write-ups every single week have been absolutely insane. Do not miss out on those. They're up over 55 or up 65. I can't remember. Well up over 50 plus units over the course of the PGA season so far this year. They've been a great value, and they're absolutely free. Obviously, they're in that free email newsletter, but there's big write-ups on all the major sports, all the niche sports as well: golf, NASCAR, tennis, WNBA. I know there's a big NASCAR write-up there on the race on Sunday. Just an incredible amount of information. It's absolutely free. Just go to StumpTheSpread.com and set up a free account. They'll ask for your name and your email address. That's it. You get one email straight to your inbox every single day, just jam-packed with that great sports betting information. So do not miss out on that. Also, over at StumpTheSpread.com, you can pick up a Stump the Spread hoodie if you're interested in that. We offer those Stump the Spread hoodies for $39.99. We make nothing on those. That $39.99 includes free shipping for you as well. So if you're looking to rep the brand, we just want to make that available to you. We're not trying to make any money on those. We just want them available to the people that want them. Also, if you're a massive fan of what you're seeing from me here every single day, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos. They get their name up on screen in every single video, but maybe more importantly, they get access to our members only giveaways, and you're about to see how those work right now. We put the name of every single YouTube channel member on a big wheel. We spin that wheel live on the video. Whoever it lands on gets a Stump the Spread hoodie sent straight to their address of choice. Here's the wheel, guys. As you can tell, it has the name of every single YouTube channel member that we have currently here on Sunday night, late at night. On it, we're going to click that button, and whoever it lands on gets a Stump the Spread hoodie of their size mailed straight to their address of choice. It looks like this week's winner is going to be Amir. I don't even know how to say that last name. Amir, get down there in the comments. Let us know that you see that you won. We can get that hoodie out to you in as little as 7 days. So you claim it through the comments. Let us know that down there in the comments you saw that you won, and we'll give you instructions on how to go about getting us your information. We can get that hoodie out to you right away. Love doing these giveaways. Huge shout out to all the YouTube channel members. The more channel members we get, the more giveaways we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get after it. Really appreciate all you. Thanks everybody for watching these videos. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're getting over there to StumpTheSpread.com, checking out all the great stuff over there. And let's hop in and look at some baseball stuff now, guys. We've got a full slate to cover here on a very busy Monday. And first up, we're looking at the Detroit Tigers heading to Boston to take on the Red Sox. The Tigers come into this game winners of 2 of the first 3 in this series, so they're looking to go for the 3-1 series win. They are going to hand the ball in this one to Jack Flaherty. He's 0-1 on the year, a 4.05 ERA. His last 2 starts, though, have been fantastic. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run allowed there against the pretty hot Minnesota Twins. Then at home against the Royals, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run allowed, struck out 7 and walked 3 in a 2-1 win over the Royals. So he's thrown the ball great. Honestly, 3 out of his 4 starts this year have been very, very good, so that's all extremely positive. The Tigers bullpen this year has been good as well. A 3.24 bullpen ERA. Very, very good work there. And the offense, Well, let's not get too carried away, guys. They are up to 17th in the majors in runs scored and 13th in batting average. They've scored 6, 4, 0, 10, 2, 2, and 8 over their last several games. Not necessarily a juggernaut offensively at the moment, but they're doing enough to get the job done. We'll see if that's the case once again here at Fenway. Now, the Red Sox, they're off to a brutal start to their year. They are 8-13 on the season. It's not looking great. They'll hand the ball in this game to Sonny Gray. He's been a bit up and down over the course of the year. He's 2-1 on the season, a 4.43 ERA. His last start did not go well there against the Twins. 4 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs allowed, and gave up a couple of homers. So we'll see if he's got a bounce back in him. The last time he had a bad start was his first start of the year. He got shelled by the Reds. He bounced back with a pretty decent outing there against the Padres. So we'll see what he can do here against the Detroit Tigers. Not really the hardest hitting outfit out there. Now the Red Sox bullpen, a 3.52 bullpen ERA with only 3 saves this year is not great. They have floundered a little bit in the bullpen, although I say that it hasn't been a disaster. We've seen plenty of disaster bullpens out there this year, and the Red Sox have not been one of them. The problem right now is they can't hit the ball. They were 2-1-1. 9-0 over their last few games. They're 23rd in runs scored. They're 26th in slugging percentage. They're just not really hitting it against anyone at the moment. So there's trouble in Fenway at the moment. The Tigers are plus 115. The Red Sox are minus 130. We have a total of 8.5 in this game. Detroit is 4-9 on the road, 7-6 to the under on the road. Boston's 4-5 at home, 6-3 to the under at home. I think under 8.5 is alive and well in this game. I don't expect a ton of offense. We haven't really seen a ton of offense in any game so far this series. A big offensive day would be a big departure from the norm. I also think I think no run first inning is very, very reasonable in this spot as well. I don't think we're going to see anybody jumping on it early, especially in this extremely early game. In terms of a side, I will lean a bit towards the Tigers at plus 115. I don't trust Sonny Gray. I trust Flaherty slightly more, and I trust the Tigers as a team a lot more right now. So yeah, give me a look at the Tigers and a look at those unders. Well, next on the docket, we got the Houston Astros heading to Cleveland to take on the Guardians. The Astros, they're 8-15 on the season. They've lost 4 in a row. They just got swept by the Cardinals. Things are not looking good at all for Houston. They're going to give the ball in this one to Spencer Arrighetti. He's 1-0 on the year, a 1.50 ERA. This is only his second start of the season. His first start, he annihilated the Colorado Rockies, so props on that. We'll see what he can do here against a real MLB caliber team. The Astros bullpen has definitely not been super helpful. One of the worst 2 bullpens in the majors, a 5.88 bullpen ERA. And the offense, well, the offense hasn't really been the problem here, guys. They are 3rd in the majors in runs scored. They are 5th in batting average, 2nd in on-base percentage. They've scored 5, 5, 4, 2, 3, and 7 over their last few. So maybe not the hottest hitting at the moment, but still not terrible. They're taking on the Guardians, who at 13-10 on the year have to feel okay about the way things are going. They just won 3 out of 4 against Baltimore, and they'll hand the ball in this game to Slade Ciccone. He has not been killing it. He's 0-2, a 5.03 ERA. His last outing was a good one there at St. Louis. 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run allowed. He walked 5, though, and struck out 4 in that game. Cleveland eventually lost that one 5-3, and they're 0-4 with him on the mound this year. So that's all very problematic. Their bullpen is showing signs of improvement, I'll say, but it has not been great either. 7 saves is nice, but a 5.22 bullpen ERA is far from nice. Offensively, they've scored 8, 4, 4, 4, 3, and 5 over their last few games. They're 18th in the majors in run scored. They're 21st in on-base percentage. Just not exactly killing it at the plate, but they're finding a way to make things work. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Astros are minus 105. The Guardians are minus 115. We've got a total of 8. Houston is 1-9 on the road, 7-3 to the over on the road. Cleveland 7-3 at home, 6-4 to the under at home. This one is a weird spot for me. Arrighetti looked so good in his first start of the year. Maybe this is a spot for the Astros to actually get a win here. I also don't like backing Ciccone at the moment at all, so give me a tiny look at the Astros, but mostly, guys, this is a stay away spot for me. Rolling right along, we got the Cincinnati Reds heading to Tampa Bay to take on the Rays. The Reds are 14-8 on the season. They've won 5 out of their last 6. They'll hand the ball in this game to Rhett Lauder, who's 2-1 on the year, a 3.52 ERA. His last outing, guys, 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs allowed there against San Francisco. The Reds have gotten some decent stuff out of him, but it hasn't been amazing. First 2 starts of the year were excellent. The last 2 have not looked so hot. The Reds bullpen, though, has been right there to bail him out. They have 10 saves, only given up 57 hits this year, and a 2.31 bullpen ERA is the best right now in the major leagues. The one thing holding this team back is their lack of offense. They're 28th in runs scored. They are last in both batting average and slugging percentage. They have turned things on a bit the last couple games, scoring 7, 5, 2, 0, 8, and 2 over their last few. so maybe they're figuring it out at the plate, but it's not looking awesome. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Rays, who don't have a confirmed starter yet for this game. They just lost 2 out of 3 in Pittsburgh, so that's a bit of a problem. If this turns into a bullpen start kind of situation for Tampa Bay, that's a big problem. A 5.38 bullpen ERA is bottom 5 in the majors, so we definitely don't like that. The offense, well, they're 11th in runs scored, they're 3rd in batting average, and 7th in on-base percentage, so a lot of stuff working out at the plate. Yanni Diaz has been good. We've seen decent offense. I mean, 3, 8, 1, 5, 8, and 8 over their last few. They are hitting the ball. So looking at the numbers for this one, guys, the Reds are plus 105 on the road. Tampa Bay is minus 125 at home, and we have a total of 8. The Reds are 8-2 on the road, 5-4-1 to the over on the road. Tampa Bay is 4-2 at home, 4-1-1 to the over at home. Maybe you could talk me into over 8 in this game. I'm not going to get super involved in that, though, because I think the Reds at plus 105 is an excellent, excellent value. Lauder's been decent on the mound. Their bullpen is amazing, so if he sucks, they can jerk him right out of there and get the bullpen involved. And if this is a bullpen start for Tampa Bay, that's really bad news. So, yeah, hop in there on the Reds at some plus money. Rolling right along, we get the St. Louis Cardinals heading to Miami to take on the Marlins. The Cardinals are fresh off a 7-5 extra inning win there over Houston in the last game of that series. St. Louis has won 5 games in a row and are kind of bucking that whole projection of them being terrible this year. So we'll see if they can keep it rolling as they hand the ball to Michael McGreevy, who's 1-1 this season, a 2.49 ERA. This young 25-year-old right-hander has looked decent. Gave up 2 earned runs over 5 innings on 4 hits there against Cleveland his last time out, and the Cardinals won that game 6-5 in extras. He also had a good start against the hard-hitting Nationals recently, and really 3 out of his 4 outings this year have been fantastic. So we'll see what he can do in this one. The Cardinals bullpen has not been good. A big problem confronting them there, although the save numbers look good. The bullpen ERA is 4th worst in the majors. The offense is getting it done. Jordan Walker batting .305 with 8 homers and 16 RBIs. They've scored 7, 7, 9, 5, and 6 over this winning streak. They're 12th in runs scored. They're 16th in batting average. They're hitting the ball. Will that continue against Miami? We'll see. The Marlins just snapped a 4-game losing streak by winning the last game of that series against Milwaukee. They're going to give the ball in this one to Max Meyer. He's 1-0 this year, a 4.12 ERA. He's coming off a decent start against Atlanta. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, struck out 5 and walked 1. Not awful, but also not elite. He's faced Atlanta, Cincinnati, New York, and the Rockies this year. And honestly, the worst starts were against Atlanta and the Rockies. So we'll see what he can do here against the Cardinals. The bullpen that is currently behind him right now has been pretty decent. A 3.39 bullpen ERA is definitely not a problem. The offense for the Marlins is a little bit hit or miss, pardon the pun. I mean, they're 13th in runs scored, but 6th in batting average. They've scored 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, and 10 over their last few games. So we'll see what they can do here against a pretty hot pitcher. The Cardinals are plus 110 in this game. The Marlins are minus 130. We have a total of 8.5. St. Louis is 6-3 on the road, 6-2-1 to the over on the road. Miami's 8-5 at home, 8-5 to the over at home. I'm going to lean just slightly here towards the Cardinals at plus 110. I don't trust Max Meyer. Not like I trust Michael McGreevy that much, but give me a little bit of plus money and maybe I can get involved. The Cardinals do feel like the hotter team to me, although with the Marlins bullpen being so much better, this game probably not going to be a pinned comment situation. Rolling right along here, guys, we're looking at the Atlanta Braves heading to Washington to take on the Nationals. The Braves are 14-7 on the season. They're trying to complete a sweep there against the Phillies. They're only 1 out away. They're up 4-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning with a couple outs. That would be their 5th straight win and a sweep there in Philadelphia before they head to Washington to take on the Nationals. They're going to hand the ball to Bryce Elder for that game, and he's been incredible this year. 2-1, a 0.77 ERA. His last start, 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed there against Miami. Very, very good work. The dude has been lights out this season. Maybe he hasn't faced the toughest lineups yet, but I mean, he did go 7 innings, give up 0 earned runs there against Arizona. So we'll see what he does in this one. I'm expecting good stuff from him. I'm expecting elite stuff from their bullpen. It's been the 2nd best bullpen in the majors all year long. And the offense, I mean, 4, 3, 9, 6, and 6 over their last few, and they do go ahead and finish off that win, is not bad work. Drake Baldwin's put up fantastic numbers this year. Matt Olson has 5 homers and is nearly batting 300. They're 1st in runs scored, 2nd in batting average, 2nd in slugging percentage. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that. So we'll see what they can do on the road at the Nationals, who have been, I mean, not a disaster this year. They're 10-12. They just lost 2 out of 3 against the Giants. They're handing the ball in this game to Jake Irvin, who's 1-2 on the year, a 6.16 ERA. He had an okay start against the Pirates his last time out. He was in Pittsburgh, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, walked 3 and struck out 5, and honestly, control has been an issue for him all year long. He has faced some really tough hitting teams, but he's about to face another one, so we'll see how it goes for him. The Nationals bullpen's a huge problem, one of the worst 5 or 6 bullpens in the majors. Not looking good. I think they've given up the most hits of any bullpen this year. That might actually be true. And the offense, well, that's been a different story. CJ Abrams hit the ball well. Maybe they're starting to slow down a little bit, but they're still first in runs scored, 4th in batting average, 4th in slugging percentage. They scored 3, 6, 6, 8, 0, and 5 over their last few. So we'll see what they can do here against Bryce Elder in one of the best bullpens in the majors. The Braves are minus 170 in this game. The Nationals are plus 140. We have a total of 8. Atlanta is 6-3 on the road, 5-4 to the over on the road. Washington is 2-7 at home, 7-2 to the over at home. I do think over 8 is not a terrible idea in this game, but I think most of those runs are going to come from the Atlanta Braves. Give me the Braves here at minus 170. With Bryce Elder on the mound, it's just too big an advantage. I think they should be minus 200, minus 205. They're on a winning streak. I don't think that's going to slow them down at all. It's not a brutal travel spot either, so give me the Braves here to win this game comfortably. Next on the docket, we got the Baltimore Orioles heading to Kansas City to take on the Royals. The Orioles are having a rough time. They've dropped 5 out of their last 6. They lost 3 out of 4 there in Cleveland. They're going to hand the ball to Kyle Brandish, hoping he can get them back on track. He's 1-2 on the year, a 5.49 ERA. He's looked very mediocre over his last 3 starts, struggling against Arizona, the White Sox, and the Pirates. I don't know if it gets any well, it does get a lot easier in this one facing the Royals, but I don't have a lot of hope right now for what we've got going on in Baltimore. Their bullpen's been decent, but not elite, and their offense has not been nearly as good as projected. 18th in runs scored, 15th in slugging percentage, 17th in batting average. They scored 4, 2, 6, 2, 5, 3, and 9 over their last several games. Gunnar Henderson has 7 home runs. That's great. He's batting .204. The Royals are having an even worse time, guys. They've dropped 7 straight games. They just lost 7-0 there against the Yankees their last time out, which we were on the Yankees in that game, so slam the thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing the Yankees there. But it's been rough for the Royals. They're going to hand the ball to Seth Lugo. He's having a good year. He's 1-1, a 1.48 ERA. His last time out was at the Tigers, 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 run allowed. He struck out 7 and walked 0. In a game, we saw the Royals eventually lose 2-1. He's been excellent. Hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs. He's given up 4 total earned runs over 4 games this year. He's been lights out. The bullpen for the Royals has been the worst bullpen in the major leagues this year in terms of bullpen and ERA, so that's a huge issue. And they can't hit the ball. They're 28th in runs scored. They are 26th in on-base percentage. It is freaking rough, guys. They got to find a way to hit it. They're coming off a shutout, so we'll see what they can do in this one. The Orioles are minus 115. The Royals are plus 100. We've got totals out there of 8.5 or 9. Baltimore is 4-6 on the road. They're a 500 over/under team on the road. The Royals are 5-5 at home, 6-4 to the under at home. I think 9 is insane-o, crazy, nuts for this. Definitely give me under 9 in this game. I can't believe that's a number that exists. I was thinking no run first inning is okay. I don't think we're going to see some crazy amount of offense in this game. You could even inch me in the Royals at plus 100 potentially, but I think the under is by far the better play, and jump on those 9s while you can still find them. Cruising through these games, we're looking at the Philadelphia Phillies heading to Chicago to take on the Cubs. The Phillies have now lost 5 in a row after getting swept there in that last game against Atlanta. Losing on Sunday Night Baseball probably doesn't feel great. They'll hand the ball in this one to Aaron Nola, who's 1-1 on the year, a 4.03 ERA. He's coming off a couple mediocre starts. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs allowed there in San Francisco. 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs allowed there against the Cubs. I mean, the Phillies are 1-3 in games that he started this year. The only game they won was against the Rockies. I have a hard time getting excited for an Aaron Nola start if I was a Phillies fan. Now, the Phillies bullpen, not much better. A 4.40 bullpen ERA, an issue they clearly have not significantly addressed. And the offense is nowhere to be found. They scored 2-1-0, 2-4, and 13 over their last few games. They're 26th in runs scored. They are 25th in batting average. That is not what this team is designed to be like. Also, Duran there going to the IL with that strained oblique is going to make their bullpen even worse. The Cubs come into this game winners of 5 in a row. They just swept the Mets. They've got to feel good about that. They'll hand the ball to Colin Ray in this game. He's 2-0 on the year, a 3.63 ERA. His last outing was actually a long bullpen appearance where he went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 earned runs in a 10-4 win there against the Phillies. Maybe not elite work, but we'll see what he can do this time facing the Phillies. That was on the 14th, and he's on normal rest to make a start in this one. That's not an amazing outing there against the Phillies, but we'll see what he can do. He will be at home for this one. The Cubs bullpen has been very reasonable. A 3.61 bullpen ERA is not awful. I'm not going to put them in the elite category, but it's not terrible. The offense, well, I mean, they've scored 2, 4, 12, 11, and 10 over their last few games. Really tore up the Phillies in that 3-game series there in Philadelphia. We'll see what they can do here back at home. They're 6th in the majors in runs scored, 8th in batting average, 7th in slugging percentage. Nico Horner, Ian Happ, both off to fantastic starts to this season. Looking at the numbers, the Phillies are minus 120. The Cubs are plus 100. We've got a total of 8. The Phillies are 3-3 on the road, 4-2 to the under on the road. The Cubs are 7-5 at home, 6-6 to the over-under at home. I will certainly be leaning towards the Cubs here at plus 100 at home. Pretty aggressive. I think they're by far the better team at the moment. I'm not nuts about Aaron Nola on the mound. Could this be a high-scoring game? Sure. You could take over 8 if you wanted, but I think the Cubs at plus 100 are a solid value here. I think their offense is really getting it done right now, and I cannot say that for the Phillies. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Los Angeles Dodgers heading to Colorado to take on the Rockies. The Dodgers have actually lost 2 games in a row there in Colorado, losing 9-6 and 4-3 in games 2 and 3 of this series. They won game 1 7-1. We'll see what they can get done here in Game 4 as they hand the ball to Justin Robleski. This young 25-year-old lefty has not figured out a result yet this year. He's had 2 fantastic starts, though. He went 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run there against Toronto. Then he went 8 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed there, and a 4-0 shutout against the Mets. Elite level stuff there. Now, the Dodgers bullpen, not looking quite so dominant, not a disaster by any stretch, but definitely not great. And the offense, well, 6 and 3 runs over their last 2 games is not ideal. Over the course of the year, they're 4th in runs scored, 1st in batting average, 1st in slugging percentage, and 1st in on-base percentage, but they've got some work to do. Obviously, Freeman there being on the paternity list is not ideal, but they still, they got some hitters, guys. They should be just fine without him for a little bit. So we'll see what they can do in this one. The Rockies, winning 2 in a row and 3 of 4 has to be crazy. They'll hand the ball in this game to Jose Quintana. He's 0-1 on the year, a 5.63 ERA. His last start, 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs allowed, gave a home run, walked 4, and struck out 1 against the Houston Astros. He also struggled against the Marlins earlier this year. I'm not very high on him. I'm also not very high on this Rockies bullpen necessarily, although I should give them more credit. They haven't been quite as bad, although there's been a lot of luck involved. They've given up 93 hits this year already. That is pretty bad. So we'll see what they can get done here. The offense, 22nd in runs scored, 25th in on-base percentage. They've scored 9, 4, 1, 3, and 1 over their last few. I think it's time for them to really struggle, guys. Looking at the numbers, the Dodgers are minus 260. The Rockies are plus 210. We've got a total of 11.5. The Dodgers are 6-3 on the road, 5-4 to the over on the road. The Rockies are 6-3 at home, 6-3 to the under at home. Give me the Dodgers to get the win in this one. I might even end up taking them minus 1.5 in this game. They are by far the better team. You could also take them on the money line there as our lock of the day. I've got no problem with that, but they are just so far and away the better team with Robleski on the mound. I think the Rockies are going to have a really hard time. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we got the Toronto Blue Jays heading to Los Angeles to take on the Angels. The Blue Jays are 8-13 on the season. They did win their last game of that series in Arizona, but it has not been an easy year. Now they got to fly from Arizona to LA to start this series. They'll hand the ball to Dylan Cease, who hasn't figured out a result yet this year, but a 1.74 ERA, not looking too bad at all. He's given a total of 4 earned runs over his 4 starts. He's faced the Brewers, Dodgers, White Sox, and Athletics so far this year and has looked really good. Despite that, Toronto's only 2-2 with him on the mound. The bullpen for the Blue Jays has not been great this year at all. A 4.89 bullpen ERA is a big thing holding them back. The offense did put up 10 runs in their last game, but they've scored 10, 2, 3, 1, 1, 9, 2, and 4 over their last several. They're 26th in runs scored. They are 22nd in on-base percentage. They're 10th in batting average, so I do expect these numbers to kind of level off at some point, but right now it's not looking so hot. The Angels are 11-12 on the season. They just lost 2 out of 3 there against the Padres. Some close games in that series. Obviously, they'll try and bounce back after that 2-1 loss by handing the ball to Reed Detmers. He's 1-1 this season, a 3.57 ERA. His last start was excellent. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run allowed, struck out 9 and walked 0 there in Yankee Stadium. In a game, we see the Angels win 7-1 there against the Yankees. He's been really good this year. Maybe a rough start there against Atlanta, but overall, very reasonable. The Angels bullpen, well, it has not been great, guys. Not as bad as last season, but still not very good. A 4.57 bullpen ERA. And the offense has disappeared over the last couple games, putting up 1 run in each. Now, they haven't been terrible to play this year. 5th in runs scored and 5th in slugging percentage. So I do expect that bounce back to come sooner or later. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Blue Jays are minus 125. The Angels are plus 105. We've got a total of 7.5. Toronto is 2-7 on the road, 5-4 to the over on the road. The Angels are 4-5 at home, 5-4 to the under at home. Even though Dylan Cease has been so good this year, I'm going to lean slightly towards the Angels getting plus money with Reed Detmers on the mound. I think that the Angels can find something good here, at least against the Toronto bullpen, and I don't really trust the Blue Jays to put up a ton of runs against Detmers, so give me a little lean towards the Angels at home at plus money. Last but not least, guys, we're looking at the Sacramento Athletics going on the road to take on the Seattle Mariners. The Athletics, they're at 11-11 on the year. They lost 2 out of 3 against the White Sox, so that's not a great look. They'll hand the ball in this one to JT Ginn, who hasn't figured out a result yet this year, a 3.11 ERA. Not bad. His last 2 outings have been starts, and both of them went very well. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs allowed, and a 4-1 win over the, or 4-0 win over the Mets. And then 5 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, in a 6-5 win over the Rangers. Excellent work there. We'll see if we can keep things cooking. The bullpen for the Athletics, though, has not been good. That's been a big problem. The offense, though, 18th in runs scored, 24th in slugging percentage, 19th in on-base percentage. Not really what we were projecting coming into this year. This was supposed to be a very hard-hitting team, and they've had some guys get off to good starts, but they've also had some guys really struggle. They've scored 4-7-2, 6-6-2 over their last few. So we'll see what they can put together here against the Mariners. Seattle, they're 10-13 on the season. They did just win 2 out of 3 there against the Rangers. They're going to give the ball in this one to Emerson Hancock, who's 2-1 on the year, a 2.28 ERA. His last start was against the Padres, and it was good. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. Very good work there. The Mariners managed to lose that game in the end, 7-6. He had a little bit of a struggle there against Houston, but not bad, and Seattle did win that game, and he also pitched really well against both the Angels and the Guardians this season. So we'll see what he can do in this one. The bullpen for the Mariners has been very good in support of the starters. No problem there. They're top 5, top 6 in the majors. The offense, though, 5-7-0. 2-6-1 over their last few games. They're up to 21st in the majors in runs scored and 16th in on-base percentage, but it has not been easy sledding for this team at the plate. So, looking at the numbers for this game, the Athletics are plus 135. The Mariners are minus 160. We've got a total of 8 in this one. The Athletics are 6-6 on the road, 9-2-1 to the under on the road. The Mariners are 9-5 at home, 8-6 to the over at home. I actually think under 8 is alive in this game. You could also take no run first inning. I don't have a problem with that. In terms of a side, though, I'm not in love with what I'm seeing from the Mariners right now, and I like what I'm seeing for JT Ginn. Give me the Athletics in this game at plus 135. That is way too big of a number in a game that feels much more like a flip to me. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today on a very busy Monday. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets and to help me get these videos promoted out there. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Really appreciate all the new subscribers we've been getting. We're on the road to 100K. Let's make it happen. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. Make sure you're clicking the link in the description or in the pinned comment to get over there to stumpthespread.com. Check out those premium picks. Definitely check the free picks tab every single day and get on that free email list. It's a great resource, guys, and we'll see you all right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place for more sports betting action.